my name is Sophia Castillo. I'm from the University of California, Riverside. I'm a fourth-year biochemistry major.
My name is Allison. I'm a fourth-year student here at UCR, an MCS major, which is a Media Cultural Studies major.
My name's Brendan Rooks. I'm a second year here at UCR.
My name is Caroline. I'm a student at the University of San Diego.
I'm Kelly. I'm a third year at UC Santa Cruz. I'm Ananya Thirdandam. I'm a second year mechanical engineering major at UCSD.
My name's Paola Garcia. I'm originally from SoCal area, so this year that WROLC's like in SoCal, I'm like, oh, I'm home.
I'm Nilly, and I'm from UC San Diego.
I'm Ernesto Segueda. I'm from CSU Monterey Bay. And I'm a fourth year student, fourth and final year, so really excited about that. And this year at WROLC, it's been probably my favorite WROLC thus far. I've only been to two, but I really enjoyed this one just because I feel like we really hit home in terms of really talking about diversity in the outdoors.
I'm really excited for these conferences. I think these conferences are starting to create a dialogue that are really important, and they're creating like a mass movement because like allies, minorities, and everyone in between, like I just see like a cooperative like unity and like a solidarity approach to like starting to be more diverse, inclusive, and in general just like redefining the word outdoorsy, and I'm excited for that.
I think of a whole bunch of people who have a lot of passion for the outdoors and want to see other folks get involved in the outdoors coming together and finding possibilities in the future to bring more inclusion in the outdoors.
I think it's just really important that everyone that's here, you can tell just with everything that's going on, is really passionate about what's going on here. And so, I mean, that's something that I've always believed, that you have to have passion for what you're doing. I think that's definitely been exemplified here. So.
We had speakers that were truly inspiring, talking about what we can do to make the outdoors more accessible. But not only that, what are some of the issues that are happening today that's hindering some people to currently access the outdoors. So that's been a huge topic, and I'm so glad I came to this WROLC.
Honestly, the talk I went to yesterday, Reimagining Wild Spaces, just talking about, like I previously said, inclusivity in the outdoors and just bringing folks who have been pushed out of the outdoors in the past and bringing them back in and us all being together. I think that's been a really big highlight because I think it's something we don't talk about enough in such a serious tone, and it's really, really special to see that.
Something that like really like re-inspired me to affirm my love for the outdoors was just like the inclusive factor that they included this year, just because these are things that like, it's true, like you do struggle with being a minority. It's something that you don't really see like too many faces. Like there's not many brown people in like the department or in general that go on our trips. So I think I'm really excited to be part of this like movement I'm seeing in the outdoors. It's really exciting, and I'm so stoked to just go back home, do as much homework as I can, and I just want to share it.
And especially when we have such amazing people such as James Mill, who was our keynote speaker, very inspiring, told his story as a person of color, and me myself as a person of color really was motivated and empowered to share my story with other people, because that was his biggest main idea with his presentation.
I love being in an audience like this because frankly, every one of you is exactly where I was 30 years ago. And when I'm telling you these stories, I want you to know that I was literally sitting exactly where you were sitting when I was a young person growing up in Southern California.
I definitely, as like a person of color in like this activity in this field, I feel like it's definitely something that speaks to me, and I'm really glad that people like him are making it a point to tell the stories of people of color in the outdoors, because I think it's something that like everybody should have access to.
I thought the message was amazing. He spoke so much about empowering others, especially for people who don't get involved with the outdoors as much, and how they have the opportunity to do so. They just have to take that one leap of faith and that one big step first, and then you can take on the world with it.
It was really cool to get the historical perspective. I think I wasn't really expecting that, and I enjoyed it. I think it like really helps put everything into perspective. Like I didn't grow up like as an outdoorsy person, so I think my conception of like what you needed to do to get involved in that kind of community was a little bit narrower than it is now, because growing up I was like I was a dancer. I did like a traditional form of Indian dance, and I was like, oh, I feel like people who do that don't also do this, that kind of thing. And now just like seeing the community and seeing like the diversity involved, it's really cool to see that, like, oh, you can be like really outdoorsy, you can be like a surfer pro, but you can also like, you know, be like a computer science major, or you can be really into video games, or like two things that you wouldn't necessarily, you know, think is one and the same. So
Definitely the realization that no matter how different we are, we can all find common ground in nature, because we all belong there and we can all enjoy it together. And I'll definitely be thinking about preserving it a lot more in the future for future generations. And I've taken a lot of hope from this conference too. Like, it's really cool to see so many different people coming together to unite for one goal. And
moving forward, really taking that space, I think in the past I've been encouraged to kind of take that space, but really now I've had a lot of co-leaders and as well as mentors that have really encouraged me to take up space, because really my voice needs to be heard, and I think that's true for a lot of different communities in the outdoors. So I'm really excited now to really represent you know, where I come from, you know, some of the different things I identify with. So I think that's one of the biggest things, and hopefully I can encourage other people to do the same. So yeah, I'm really excited to kind of bring that back to my school, especially since we are primarily a Hispanic serving institution, and I think it kind of needs to be said sometimes. So I'm really happy to do that. Yeah.